How do you finish the game? How do you finish the game? Because that seems to be the right thing for us to put right over there as a piece of information.
Wait, before you start the actual lesson, I always
Right.
put a disclaimer. So I don't see myself as a teacher. I see myself more of a guy. So don't take my word for it because I'm gonna give you some funny stuff. But you want to learn from teacher Sagi? Go ahead. This guy, facts. Go.
Okay, guys, I don't know if you can see my little tablet over here, but okay, we're on players first, but Tyrant, Overlord, Minion Waves, Tree Waves, Endgame GG.
That's it.
Just learn that, you'll win the game.
And then
And then we talk about team fight formations, right? So if
Yes.
you're looking to be aggressive, your tanks should be in front so that you're able to push the defense back a little bit. You don't have to engage in a team fight. What you're looking for is deterrence. You don't start the fight because we have a wall in front of us, right? And if you overcommit, our backline is going to start firing at you. This is where the loop comes to play. This is where Kong on that Chicha comes to play. We need the shield first to tank the damage, soak the skills, and then if you make a mistake, the doors will be wide open. Your turrets are going to be, free food for us, and the crystal is going to be pillaged.
so if we shine a light on what Team Flash did correctly to turn things around in here, what did they do that just was able to turn the tables around?
Like, we talk about objective gameplay, right? Yes, there's a lot of takedowns coming in from the side of SAUL, especially on towards Kong, but the problem is, you're not doing it to convert it into objective takes.
Yes, and one of the things that really matters the most is not just about the kills. KDA is important to a certain extent, but what you do after you get it, you get the numbers advantage. That is what matters more. And right off the bat, we're gonna see what is going to come into play in this BP. Same bands as game number one. No Florentino, no Pay, no Haya, no Mai. And this time, S8UL. You know for a fact they want to get first pick. They will go on the blue side, and they're looking at the Flowborn Marksman.
I like it, right? Considering the fact that Flowball Marksman, the only strong counter against this pick is the channel that has been used by Rin in the previous game. So that's going to be a proper pickup for SAUL if they want to play the mid to late game insurance that we talked about.
Okay, so if you were on the side, well, okay, too late for the question. I was too slow. It is going to be the Dolia and Lung combination. Now, the big question is, now as we try to conclude the first half of the picks, when we go to the bans, as SAUL, do you ban the Yangjin?
Ooh, I think if they do ban the Yangjin, there's also things like the Luna to counter where the Yangjin Dolia, amazing, double ultimate here, but that's the flaw of this specific combination. There's no crowd control.
Okay, that's a big one. And also, let me just throw another spanner in the works here. There is a potential you can play E1 in the mid as well.
Oh, that's
She works
good.
great synergy with the Dolia. Now, for those of you that are new to Dolia, Dolia has something that we love to call as a refresh.
Yes, sir.
And it refreshes any skill you want, but a prior given to number one, either the person you linked to or the longest cooldown skill available.
That's correct, right? Especially when you are pairing with a Yangjin here, the Twilight, that you can just use a double ultimate to actually battle in these team fights here. So this is going to be a very interesting pickup here. If you are Coach Bear, you must ban a Luna as your last pick because you won't have enough crowd control coming from mid or your Clash Lane to potentially lock down that Luna that Kong might be able to pilot.
Oh, there we go. Straight away, the Luna is banned away. That's one of the potential answers. And you know what? Nerta is also another big answer available for the side of SAUL. But I wonder if that's the correct choice because right now they need a little bit more CC. Junkface Ultimate, Dumb Rider Albus, once every when your bar is full, right?
When your bar
Which
is full,
is pretty hard to get if you're not going to be engaging.
But we did see last game the exact same mid roam setup coming in from Hoyduk and also Tofu. There were very beautiful moments where the destructive orb comes in, sets up the big play on towards the side of Extreme, and then the fatal one was Kong. Pinch by the ball, gets caught out by the Brighter Albus coming from Zhangfei, and then he's just gone.
And to add on to your point, one of the reasons why that pick was so successful for the Lorna was because he was allowed to poke, right? A lot of the heroes that were picked up by the side of SAUL are typically mid to close range
Correct.
heroes, which means you have to be in range to get the punch, but you're also in range to get hit back. But this time, Team Flash, I like this, so smart. They don't even have to engage. Garuda from far, even with the auto attacks, it has a piercing effect, by the way. It goes through targets and hits puts the targets behind.
And I love the Garuda pick, right? Considering the fact that you can actually outrange the Lorian and also the Floorball Marksman here. We do see the final pickup here coming in from the side of the Clash and Jongo being the Nutsa and also the Xiangyu here. We did see how Miriam played the Xiangyu in day one. Wasn't the greatest here, so this is a redemption arc. And finally, for the red side, Guan Yu, no CC in sight.
My biggest question now is, okay, even though there is not much CC on the side of Team Flash, for the side of S8UL, if they are under farm, you have no damage. Yes, you are very tanky. Yes, you are very survivable. Yes, you have anti-heal capabilities against the likes of Team Flash. But can you even fight?
And I'm really worried in another part where, look at SAUL, right? You have fantastic picks. Mid to late game, done, set, deal. The Guan Yu, who's gonna mark him? You have no crowd control. Your only crowd control is Zhang Fei and Xiang Yu spell 1. And if those spells don't land onto the Guan Yu, your backline in the form of the Lorian, in the form of the Floorboard Marksman, they will not have fun at all.
One-time chance, right? That's it. I mean, if you really want to segregate the skills, use them one by one, you have 2 chances. But in the 2 chances, you really want to use it onto Ye? I don't think so. You want to get rid of Rin. You want to get rid of Julius first.
Exactly the case, right? And we are hopping right in towards the gorge between Game 2. SAUL currently 0-1 down. Extreme.
Yeah, getting quite a couple of nice hits in, right? So SAUL, this laning phase, is this what's supposed to happen?
I think so, yeah, because considering the fact that we had a discussion, yes, Extreme on the Lorian, amazing damage, amazing crowd control, but vulnerable to ganks, vulnerable to flanks, and also longer range, and he doesn't really have wave clear.
So this is what we mean by little details matter, right? That first catch and push by Ye already damaged Extreme down to a significant lower piece of health. And that means they actually get to be a little bit more aggressive with the help of Julius and Hilda coming into the lane. So that initial clear means they have the faster rotation, they have the quicker pressure.
And we can already see like Hilda in towards the top side here, just helping you get so much of these farms in hand and then getting this space bright for a better rotation later on.
Yeah, Primal Portal is so important, especially for both teams, right? This increases your rotational speed. You get free EXP, free gold as well. And you also have the chance to let your team know we have the Clash and on lockdown. He's going to take some time to clear the waves. Let's see what kind of play we want to make in that time.
Yeah, and especially every time that minion waves are available in like a mid segment or the side segments of the game, you start to see 3v3 rotations, and these rotations will show vision on the map, which is information for the side laners on both sides.
It is. And information is the name of the game. Regardless of what genre you play, knowing more than your opponents is always going to be prior. It's going to be beneficial to you as well. It looks like KWC will see Tofu coming in. It's not going to be a good start. Quite a bit of damage, but KWC is a 4-1. He does not have an escape. He's not 4.
That's just 4 different angles here, and a poor KLTZ here. He didn't even find an angle to use his double spell to in towards a flash. Poor boy. That's just a sad way to die.
Yeah, but the most painful part is not just about giving away the first blood, right? In most cases, you might be looking for a return. If you're on the side of SAUL, you're kind of figuring, okay, look, someone's getting ganked. Can we find a response? Can we gank someone else? But Ye was away from danger in that point, and the rotations have started becoming quick for Team Flash.
It's a little horsey, right, on the side of Guan Yu, and we talk about, yeah, you have no crowd control, so how do you break the charge bar? Because that's the Guan Yu's main mobility spell on his passive. Can't break it, he's just like ankle breaking you with his bike.
Yep, and Soaring Green Dragon, second skill, that is a free cleanse as well. So if it was difficult before, this might seem a little impossible at times.
And the goalie, man, can look at this. Only 1 kill for our Team Flash, and they're already pulling 1,000. Yes, you need a lot of gold coming in from SAUL, but if you're in a defensive position here, we look towards these picks, very mid to late game, and if you're unable to really safely scale to those item breakpoints, you will see moments like this.
Yeah, I mean, the refresh comes in for Julius. On the back line, though, they want to go on to shoot Dirk, but it looks like he's perfectly fine. Now, Julius, though, might not be in the same situation, but this is curious. Doofy's a bit low. I don't think they want to over-aggress for just a roam life here.
But for the side of Team Flash, it's a very good trade, right? Doofy, no Rider Outburst, extremely long cooldown on that Lorien ultimate. I think early game is about like what 40 to 50 seconds if you do hit it. So critical cooldowns unavailable, and you see the initial rotation coming in from here without clearing the way. So that could be a potential breakpoint for SAUL to capitalize on that top turret.
It is, but it's all about the timing here. Team Flash says, you know what? We'll give you the free damage. You won't be able to take the turret just yet. We want the tyrant, and we punish you even more. But I like the immediate trade with the Overlord as well.
Very smart, right? You can see the map has been segregated into two different sides. Red side, Team Flash on the bottom side. You see blue side, SA.
This is looking good. They wanted to get him there, and it is extreme. He tried his best, but still taken down. Hyudak here with a big kill for the team. Team Flash, 2 kills. Clean slate so far.
And this is going to be a very big issue for Team Flash. No crowd control, no wave clear. Rin gets tagged on.
Yep, that's a huge jump. I don't think they will be able to get him. He does have the infinite fastness. Takes his first flight as a dragon. Tofu also has the refresh available if needed.
And you can start to see that, yes, you commit 4 people in towards the bottom side. There's still the wave. But take a look at the top side here. Minion with 200 gold. Sacrifice into the top here with no one picking it up. And you can start to see rotations coming in from the side of SA towards this bottom side that's being matched by Team Flash to remove any potential of the turret pit.
Yeah, they don't even get it. The calls are being called. They want to go for the fight instead. Frozen for the side. Flash from Hyudak as well. Everything expended. No lives taken. But the biggest deficit, they haven't taken the T1.
It's good engage, but like we said, your composition is mid to late game here, even if you find a perfect one.
Yeah, Miriam getting pushed back. Does he have his ultimate? No, he does not. Has to use a flash. They've already done the damage. No more common spell. Oh, there's a big bait. Extreme though. There's a nice knockup. Here we go. What is going to happen? They're going to try and take the life of Ye. But in exchange, they take Kong down as well. The jungler, the tanks, they're gone. Miriam is too low to do anything at this point. And Team Flash, they just win over and over again. Better trades.
That's the problem. Kong went in towards the back line, and if no one tags the healing reduction,
Oh, Dolia! It's Tofu! Dolia gets a kill as well! And with that, the T1 takes a fall. Team Flash, they've gotten a lot stronger here.
they are on fire right now. Kid Tofu getting the Celestial Melody on towards Julius here. We were talking about like how Isaac mentioned here. Julius didn't have the best of the best games, but right now he's 2-0 and 2, highest goal, highest net worth in the game, and he is having an amazing game on this Yang Jian pick here. Start a fight. We see the nerds are charging on towards here, but yes, no hero reduction tag on towards the Yang Jian here, having free damage galore on towards the side here, and then you see the Wings of Judgment poking down Miriam and then executed by the Hound with a bit of a damage coming in from Tofu for that clean wipe and that mid tower.
Okay, that is not a kill steal. It's a kill secure.
Yes.
Right? As a Rome, as a Dolia, I secure the kills for my team a lot of the times. It's all about teamwork here. And I'm not joking.
But I'm still against the idea of going to execute my buddy.
Yo, I want safety. I want guarantee here. That's what I'm doing. So, Dolia execute, Dolia smite. Okay, I'm joking. Don't do that. But, you know, if you want to have fun. And right now, fun it is. It is going to be jumping around for the side of Kong. He's trying to get rid of Flash. Does have it. But what about the lives of the other members? What a catch from the side of Ye. One more attempt of defense coming in. They're going to force out the bridal outfits. Doofy still does have the redemption. But for all the exchanges they've had, Team Flash walks away as the winner still.
Crazy play from both the junglers, right? You can see Kong 1v3 the backline and Julius just holding 4-man down by his own self. So the junglers play a very big part, like we mentioned just now in the pre-game discussion here. Who are our key matchups? Kong currently on that Nutsa, and Julius currently on that Yang Jian. But the jungle is just free flow buffet for the side of Team Flash, especially SAUL. There's just no answers.
It's a very difficult position to be in, right? Because on side of SAUL, the moment you burn the big ultimates, there's no more refresh, right? You want to make the trouble a little bit more difficult for the side of Team Flash, but you don't have the cooldown to do it. You want to play, you know, with the cooldown timers on the side of Team Flash, but because they're trailing, it's not looking too good. And with the damage coming in, look at this. Julius, he jumps in again. Doofy, he is gone. Killing spree for the side of Julius, and this means Team Flash, another turn in the bag. T2 in the mid gone, and maybe Kong might be caught out once again. He's looking for it. You can try to fly, you can take to the skies, but we will have your life 4-on-1. Right now, Kong jumps away. And even though he makes it out with his life, the pain is still there. A tyrant in the hands of Team Flash.
Is a very, very slow choke on towards S8UL, unable to get any single objectives here. Mid-tier 2 already down, and the next upcoming fight will be really, really crucial here. The Shadow Tyrant or Shadow Overlord. If SAUL can stall the game, manage to trade off the specific objective, then maybe they can stall until KWC and Extreme's item power spike later on.
It's going to be a bit difficult, right? Because if you take a look at Julius, did he have a lot of damage just now? Not really, but right at this point of the game, he just got the Dragon Rage. That's going to amplify the damage you deal towards your opponents based on your health pools. And Julius already has close to, I think, almost 10,000 hit points at this point. And here comes they want to get Extreme. Maybe just push them away at this point, because 20 seconds more, we have the enhanced version, the Shadow variants of our neutral objectives.
It's a bit of a tap, right? Just forcing out the play, but go on. Yang Jian goes in, gets CC locked. What are you doing, Julius? It's 10 minutes. That's a big troll coming in from Team Flash Jungle.
Yeah, the greed is real for this one, and the punishment comes through. SAUL, maybe this is the chance to find something across the gorge. Shadow Tyrant, maybe? I don't know. 16 seconds is not a lot of time for them to work with. SAUL, the members are already flying over. But with the Wings of Judgment, they're poking them down. Miriam tries to push them away, but there's too much damage. As we look at that fight, it's going to be split. Doofy falling low, catches two with the Unbridled Albus. They go in! What a knock up there! Can they get the finishing blow? Tofu is the first one to fall, but it's just a donut, just a support. They need more from the side of Flash. And SAUL, this might be a huge risk. They've already burnt most of their ultimates here.
The damage is done, and the health bars are blinking low. Julius goes in.
Kong, he's so low. They got Extreme as well. This is a disaster for the side of SAUL. Team Flash, they have made it back in time. They want to take the Tyrant at this point. This is a Shadow Tyrant. But Rin, Julius, and Huda, they're all low as well. Maybe they can steal this away. Kong does have the smite. They're pushing them away. Hang on, reset. This is a different fight right now. The freeze comes through, and here comes the pain. Hyudak with the Wings of Judgment. He wants to push KWC away. Successful in doing so, and it is here, all alone, 1v4.
Skyfall comes in, tags on towards Yo. Yo will slowly burn down. That's gonna be a kill going over here, and Kong is still indestructible in towards the backline here, Ken.
Yup, and here comes the cavalry. Julius is arriving from the side as well. Find the target. Kong actually uses the universal ring to find his targets. They know the position of Team Flash right now. It is a 4v4. But Kong is so low, it might as well be a 4v4 at this point of time. The reset comes in. Oh, this might be a mistake. They've gotten it. And Julius, he needs to win this smite 50-50. But they push back. Hang on. Oh my God. Oh, KWC, he gets the first life. Tofu falls once again. SAUL, they found an opening. If Julius falls here, that's going to be disaster for Flash. But they won't be able to do so. And SAUL, they're going to be happy with the prize. The T1 in the mid for now.
Minimal take, at the very least, Team Flash secures that Shadow Tyrant here, but that fight went on for almost 3 minutes in that Tyrant pit just now, Ken.
I mean, okay, I talk a lot in class, so this is fine, but Extreme, he's falling a lot, really, really low at this point. Gear wants to get some value at this point from their charge, but unable to find any. Flash, they have 50 seconds of this Primal Bond, but also means 50 seconds of the Tyrant buff. What can they do?
They can do aggressive plays. Remove that final tier 3 in towards the top side. Play jungle control. You can see Team Flash won over the votes coming in from our pit over in towards the top side here. Julius tagging in for that 1v1. Getting that wave in control. 30 seconds right now. We will see one more final push before we have another Shadow Overlord hustle between the two teams.
I feel like the fans are really dictating the pacing of this game, right? All the Team Flash fans have voted. This pit is owned by Team Flash, and right now the game is also owned by Team Flash. All they have to do is just slowly poke them out. Hyudak opens up the Wings of Judgment. They want to get the poke damage in. This is actually before the real fight begins, but Julius says, no, I want it to end now. They want to force out the big important skills from the side of SAUL. If you're not going to oblige, I'm going to take your turrets. T2 taken down. It is just the tier 3s left. SAUL maybe on their last legs.
Patiently play coming in for the side of Team Flash, pushing the final tier 2. going for the Shadow Overlord here. Take a look at the position coming in from Yug here. It's a very deep flanking angle, but has been popped up by the Ring of Fire to find the specific position here. But take a look at the position here. They're coming for Kong.
They have found him. This Horn one, he does not have the defenses for this. Everyone on him. You can run, you can hide, but Kong, you will not survive. And Team Flash, they find the target, even though they were not looking for him. And here's the kicker. It's Tofu that gets the kill.
It's fine. Taking down the enemy jungle for the next 30 seconds here without burning your crucial spells. This means you can find a potential flank when all 3 minion waves crash simultaneously in towards the high ground here. You need to defend Seoul Esports. This is 15 seconds on the line.
This is going to be a slow push. They want to push them away from the T3s. It's all about pushing away. It's not about the fight. Rin managed to get the T3 in the mid. That's a nice position to be in for the side of Team Flash. It doesn't matter if they lose lives here. It's about taking the T3s. One done. Second done. Third one all the way at the bottom. S8UL, they haven't found a response. Julius, he wants to go in. The backline is exposed. And Julius might have to give his life, but they don't mind. If he gets a kill, that's fine. Team Flash, they've already done the damage with the Wings of Judgment. Duck as well pushes them back. And Team Flash, the job is done.
But it reminds me what Nora mentioned yesterday on the broadcast, where the Yangjin scales off in towards the late game here, similar to Algrim, where early to mid game, you're like a battle lord, a warlord looking for blood, hungry in damage. But in the late game, you start to be less tanky and less efficient in these team fights. As you can see, killed easy, item power spikes, easy enough, double ultimate chunking down that Yangjin here. And without the Yangjin here, this Shadow Turner should be going in freely in towards the hands of SAUL.
I mean, it should be the case. That should be the case for the side of SAUL. They find a Tyrant. They're going in on the backline. Shuduk falling low. Does not take a fall, but Kong is the one being called out. Somehow, Yo has found an angle. They want to get the first life on the side of SAUL. They will get it. Maybe this is the one that breaks the entire roster of SAUL. And it is Team Flash. My goodness, they are so strong.
Both teams are so aggressive at it. Every single chance that they find in the numbers advantage, they will always go for the fight. But unfortunately, without consistent DPS coming in from KLTZ, you just can't finish up the backline.
This is why it's not just about the goalie. This is not just about getting the buffs. Your position is so important. What skills you throw, who goes in first, who goes in last, all of this comes into play. And this all happens in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and the seconds are counting down for SAUL Esports here. Julius goes in, puts a bit of poke damage, but those arrow storms, man, look at that damage coming in from KLTZ.
It's pain, but it's the T3s they're looking for. The life hit points, they will come back. They can be healed. Here we go. They might want to jump in at this point. From the backline, Shuduk is the target. If they can get the kills here, it would be a big advantage. But Doofy unable to help out. Kong is left alone on the backlines. It's a trade. Jungler for a class laner. All they have to do now is to back off and play safe. With the deterrence play by the side of Shuduk as well. Team Flash, they just have the answers.
That was such a heroic play coming in from Yug. He was like, oh no, that is a perfect flank coming in from the Nutsa. He sacrificed himself. He pushed everyone away from that play itself.
Doofy, no, you can't do that. You don't have your ultimate. Miriam as well. He's falling low. They're pushing back. Here comes Shuduk with more pain. The Wings of Judgment, the feathers, they are made of steel. And it's going to be of heartbreak because Team Flash, they have started working on this Shadow Overlord. This might be the last one needed.
3 minion waves with mega minions. No more high ground turrets here. The Overlord will be an epic finisher for Team Flash in advancing for their AOV rematch with Buriram United Esports here. But the game is not done. SAUL, they are still in it to for a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, Team Flash, right now, you can see it on their calendar. This is a date with destiny, and SAUL is in the way.
Goal lead is practically 50-50 as of this point here. Good Ring of Fire here. Pops Julius, Heaven and Earth from on the Yangjin. The waves are marching through from 3 lanes. Take a look at Miriam's position here. He's looking for Yo.
Yeah, they want to get this Xiangyu. Unable to find him. Miriam will get frozen with the frigid charge as well. Singular target for now. This is not the biggest play just yet. They want the backline. This is a distraction. They do get the rampage with the life of Miriam, and the base is exposed. One more round. This is where the Shadow Overlord comes in.
How do they hold for the next 35 seconds? seconds because this is a 4v5 angle with a big dragon going in.
Julius jumps in. This is a big moment. Big stun. Year is on the back line. They want to get the damage in. Kilteezy gets a life of Year. But your turret, that is the big one. Right now, the save comes in from Doofy. Hang on. There is enough damage. Doofy will give his life for the call. But they just need to hit the crystal. And they will do it. Team Flash finds their date with Buriram later. And S8UL, this was a great lesson, but it's a painful one.
Keys are crushed, hearts are crushed, and we bid goodbye to S8UL Esports from our KWC 2026 play-ins here. And Team Flash, they fight for survival and they advance further to face Buriram for their final slot.
Team Flash right now, with the soul of sportsmanship, are gonna go and say goodbye to S8UL Esports. Boys coming in all the way from the Kings Arise, India, second place. This is gonna be the end of the road for them in this KWC 2026. We're very happy to have had them here. It was amazing to that. But at this moment, let us congratulate the winners. Team Flash is gonna move forward into the final of the lower bracket.
I mean, Kin, that final finisher still got me very excited. My adrenaline was popping. Like, the moment was three overlords marching in towards the enemy base, and then he was like infinite fastest up. It's like, do I want to go in? Do I want to take the risk? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that was the moment, right? And Team Flash, this is a lesson you must learn from them. They know how to close games. That's the most important part.
Okay.
But out of this entire experience in our best of three, the most important part I feel for both teams is they must be proud because both teams have improved. This game, what is the game changer here? I feel like it's Hyuduk.
I feel like it's still
Garuda.
Initially, we were talking about like Julius and also Tofu for that double action. Oh, we have a Team Flash jersey over there. Bro, can I borrow that? Can I borrow that? Wait.
Oh my gosh. Ladies
Okay,
and gentlemen, I know that you cannot see
I
it
will show you
right
on the
now,
screen.
but the fans for Team Flash are just going crazy around on the stage. They're really happy about what's going on. This is actually, we love
Okay, we
to see
have the
people
Team
just
Flash
enjoying. Look
jersey
at that.
here.
The trip.
Team Flash coming in from AOG Vietnam, and they are marching it through to face Buriram in that lower bracket finals. Yeah, congratulations, Team Flash. Good luck in the next one, man.
Yeah,
My guy.
So this one is
My guy.
a big experience because they get
Thank you.
that rematch, and this is what they've been looking for since yesterday, right? And to finally get that, how satisfying is that?
I am very happy to see that Team Flash S8UL Esports were actually so good and so commended into just providing us a good match, right? Like that was the main idea. These two games were so entertaining. Yeah.
It's not just entertaining, but it's intense. Back and forth team fight. You remember, kid, you almost passed out because you were losing your breath. 10 minutes to 13 minutes, they were just fight. Tofu's out, fight again.
Yes.
Kong has no HP. Back to the fountain, we fly in again.
Do you know why I survived? Because Tofu Dolia got so many kills as a roam. Like, that was insane. Okay, but the jokes, of course, we will leave that for later. I want to see what else we have to offer for the rest of the day.
I actually really like the fact that these games had a lot of kills, they had a lot of fights. It was really interesting for us to be able just to be entertained by that. So what about if we just move right now on stage? Mara is ready to show us a little bit, to share with us the thoughts of the players with the interviews.
And here we are with Julius. Congratulations from Team Flash. That was a great fight. Great 2-0.